Hi, everybody. Good morning. Hope everybody's being safe and healthy and just having a good overall day. This is the Arduino here, the Lesson 24 8 LED with a 74HC595 chip. Um, we're dealing with clocks, everybody. Here's a chip, a 74HC95. You see this little U shape there? So that tells you what connects to what, especially if you look in a book or look online. If you look up the chip and it will show the wiring uh, layout. So it starts here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you know which wire you're going to. But also there's those numbers are important, but those numbers also are designated. Um, you have on this side you have a ground. You have a clock on one of these, and that will be the number. Will have a number on there, a clock, and there's a latch. The latch comes first, and the clock, and then a data where data is being fed, and then you have your powers and grounds, and then you have your comm lines going. All of these pretty much are comm lines except the last one, I think, which is a ground. Um, I'll go into more detail. It's all in the details, as they say. Okay, here's what I was saying here. You have the data clock, pin 14, pin 11. When they're both 1, then the latch, like a gate, opens. And 12, pin 15, it comes a 1. So it only happens when these conditions exist for each corresponding pin. Okay, so we got that established. So we know those conditions equal that. It's like this plus this equals that. Well, same thing here. Well, here's your clock. It continues to go all the way through. You have your 0, you have your 1, 0, 1, and just keeps going up and down. It doesn't matter. But going back up to your data here, pin 14, when it's 1 and your clock is 1, then your latch, your gate opens 1, which turns on the light respectively. So when your clock is 1 and your data is 1, gate opens. When it's 0, see, no opening here. No match here, no match here, no match here. But here you got a 1, it's open, and you see we got a pattern going on where it keeps going on. This stuff took me a lot of years to figure out, but I read this over and over and over again, everybody, and guess what? It pays off to read it over. Okay, so this writing basically kind of explains what I just said. And here's the wiring schematic with the lights that indicates when the latch has been opened or not. And then you have some resistors to kind of just regulate the voltage a little bit. And here's the chip I told you, the 74HC595, except in schematic form. And you have your ground. Let's start with the grounds. The long leg of the light, the LED, is taking the ground, and there's a central ground point. Make sure to ground that, everybody. And then there's a point up here where you ground for your output enabled. That's all you ground. Then you have all these respective D1 through 7 here. But oh my gosh, I run out of pins. What do I do? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You take this last one, or this first one, D0, and put it here. So that's how you get all 8 in there, because you got 8 LEDs going on here. Then you have your power, the red here and here, for VCC and ME, I believe, and it goes right up here to 5 volts on your Arduino board. So here we're bringing the Arduino board in again, everybody. And then you have your latch going here, comes around here. These are pulse wave modulated pulses coming from over here. So you have 3 of them. Your latch, you have your clock. Whoop, clock is right here, right there. And then you have your data Like I said, when the clock and the data are both 1, the latch opens. I keep talking about like the latch gate opening. And here's how it looks like all nice and presentable and everything. Now we'll get into the programming, because what operates the clock is the programming. And this just goes some suggestions on how to wire it and everything. And just make sure your wires and your leads, your resistor leads and your LED, your light leads don't touch, because otherwise you'll short circuit something, you could do damage. So just take your time. I put a lot of spacing in mine. You can see it now that I'm showing you, and you can see the latch and the gate. And over here in this slew of wires, right where I'm pointing is the 74HC595 chip, and look at that forest of wires. It's nowhere neat as that diagram, but you can present everything neat with a diagram. Over here is your ground and your power. On the Arduino here, let's see if I can, come on, there's my finger. You have the blue wire, your clock. You have the white wire, that's your, the blue wire is your latch, the white wire is your clock, the orange wire is your data being sent in. So when data and clock are both 1, the latch opens, hence the lights. Okay. Are we having fun? Well, when you understand it, it's a lot more fun, but it goes in the program here. Oh, here's a go. Here's an update shift register and iterative INT, I equals 0, but if it's greater than 8, then I++ means it increments, and that's why these lights keep incrementing like this. That goes into what little programming I do know, but you live and you learn. And then I updated the program, and here it respects where the latch pin is connected to the Arduino, the blue, as you see, the white for the clock pin, and the orange for the data pin. Happy, happy, joy, joy. I'm really showing my age. Anyway, going down on this, going even further. I know nobody listens to these things, but anyway, I'm doing it for my own benefit, because I like talking to myself and hearing myself speak, because my voice is so eloquent. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, their wiring is even neater than mine here, but hey, it's all working. Now let's go to the program itself. Here's our Arduino program. What you saw in the lab is pretty much what you see here. Come on. Now, it's used to me adding a program on here, but I didn't have to do it this time. So I don't know that's why this orange is showing that something is not hooked up right or not connected. But I did run into a little problem, and I daisy chained grounded my other end of my LEDs, because you had to ground those, remember, in the schema. So I did it without, and it was some of the lights were not, some of the LEDs were not lighting up. But once I did that, I was right. They did need to get connected. So that's what I did. Pilgrim. Okay, it's time for my last roundup, and y'all have a good day here. And like I said, be safe, and we'll see you next week. Bye.